Hello aspirants, looking at current affairs for 19th December. The news items that we have picked up from the Hindu are these 10. We'll discuss them in detail. The first one, Rawat chosen to address security situation. So this is regarding the appointment of the army chief. Lieutenant General Rawat has been appointed as the army chief by the present government, superseding two senior most officers. So the norm in army appointments is that the senior most officer should be appointed. This norm has been broken earlier in 1983 by Indira Gandhi government. Now this is the second time that this is happening in present history. So BJP government says that they had picked up the officer from a pool of 5 senior most officers who are all competent. So the reason which is put forth actually is that General Rawat is from infantry. So the infantry corps officers, they are having even the counter-insurgency operation capabilities. And the armored corps, they focus on traditional warfare with the help of tanks. So the other officer, General Praveen Bakshi, is from armored corps. So that is said to be the likely reason that the government picked up General Rawat. So of course it created a controversy. Even the CPI leader has said that all appointments have become controversial now. Judicial appointments are already controversial. Then army appointments are now becoming controversial. CVC, CBI director appointments are controversial. Even CIC official chairman appointments have become controversial. So it says all the appointments have become very controversial in India. So it is not in the interest of democracy in the country. The next article is Supreme Court wants woman pilot to get permanent wings. So this is regarding the Air Force pilot, this lady, Sandeep Kaur, Miss Sandeep Kaur. She is seeking relief against the rules of the establishment. It says establishment in quotes because the army itself has recommended that she should be appointed, but the government has rejected her application. This is for permanent commission. So she has to be relieved, and the Supreme Court, presently the matter has gone before the Supreme Court in appeal, and Supreme Court asked even the Attorney General that whether she would get pension after she's not been taken into permanent commission. The Attorney General said no. So in that matter, the Supreme Court has asked the government to allow her to have a permanent commission. So this clearly highlights that there is discrimination against women in armed forces, in the Air Force too. So this is the news coming forth. So the Attorney General, which is the lawyer representing the government, so the Attorney General has said that no move to decommission her would be taken without first seeking the court's permission. So in some way the government has relented now. So hopefully she would be given a permanent commission now. So another case is also there. Even a Delhi High Court in previous matter had also said that young ladies sacrifice the prime of their life to serve the nation in the forces, and they get a raw deal. They are not given a permanent commission and asked to leave soon. So this is at the age of 30s they are asked to leave. So the High Court has also observed earlier that if a male officer can be granted a permanent commission, there is no reason why an equally capable woman cannot be granted the same. So this shows the male domination in the armed forces. Then the next news item is curfew clamped in Imphal East district. So this is in Manipur. We have been hearing about it too. Earlier too we saw in start of December that in Manipur demonetization is not an issue, but even the blockade which has been imposed by the organizations protesting against government. This is United Naga Council. So it has imposed an economic blockade, indefinite economic blockade with no deadline. So it will continue as long as they don't revoke it, of the 2 national highways that serve as the lifeline of the state. So this state is completely blocked. The essential commodities are not present here. Now curfew has also been imposed by the government. The mobile internet services have been shut down because it seems that social networking sites generally spread rumors. So the government is also coming down strongly here. The whole issue started because of new districts being formed. So here there is Naga population in Manipur. So Nagaland is actually your neighbor here. So there is this United Naga Council who is dominant, and they were not favorable to the creation of this Sadar Hill district out of the Senapati district in Manipur, because there is a substantial Naga population here. So dividing the Naga population was not liked by them. So that is the reason why the whole protests have erupted. The Manipur government then also asked the central government to intervene. The central government has also intervened, but no conclusions or no results have come forth. The issue is still in a stalemate. So government is not ready to relent on its proposal also of creating new districts. Even triple blasts took place in Manipur recently, and the responsibility for which has also been taken by United Naga Council. So this also shows that the tension is escalating. The recent news is that curfew has been imposed. So now how does the government go about with it, and what happens further, we'll see as news comes. So this is what's going on in Manipur in India. The next news item is Malampuza has some rare visitors. So this is Malampuza Dam in Kerala, where Amur falcons, which are birds which we have discussed earlier too, they have been in news. So they migrate from Siberia, southeastern Siberia and northeastern China. They migrate. So Siberia region is here in Russia. So from Siberia, China, they are traveling. They are said to be one of the longest migrators. So they fly over during the winter season because winters there are very harsh. So they fly down, passing through India and then finally settling down in South Africa during the winters. So these migration path, there is a deviant seen presently. So they do not come to Kerala and in the southern states, but this time it has been seen that Amur falcons are flocking in this region as well. Generally they, in the India, their major home is Nagaland. So they are majorly seen here. From Nagaland, then they go further to South Africa and then they go back to Nagaland, further to Mongolia, and this back to their home place. So they are called Amur falcons too because of the Amur river which flows in, and it forms a division between Russia and China also. So this Amur river is the one which gives them the name. So this is the Amur falcon and this is the migratory path. So this Mongolia region from here, Siberian region, Russia, China, this space, they travel down into India, Nagaland, further down. So here in Ratnagiri and these regions also they are seen, but presently they are seen in the southern states. So that is a deviance. Then they come down and reach South Africa. So these are the Amur falcons. The next news item is Election Commission seeks to end nameless donations. So the Election Commission has asked the government to amend the laws to ban anonymous contributions of 2000 and above made to the political parties. So this contributions to political parties was in news because of income tax exemption criteria that we saw on Sunday. So section 13A of Income Tax Act 1961 exempts any contribution being made from income tax. So political parties are exempted from income tax, but then this anonymous contributions are allowed up to rupees 20,000. So then there is no declaration required. The Election Commission is suggesting that this should be brought down to 2,000. So anonymous contributions of 2,000 and above should be made under declaration. So this declaration is required because donations under section 29C of Representation of People's Act, that anonymous donations require a declaration. So under that, some way of partial ban on anonymous declarations is already there under Representation of People's Act. Also, the Supreme Court has said in its order in 1996 that the Law Ministry should ensure that political parties are made to register details of all donors. So such coupons should be given to them and their registration should be done. So this is Election Commission's recommendation now, asking the government to amend laws. So we'll see if government acts on this matter. The next news item is Keep Drone says Trump as China offers return. So this is regarding the underwater drone which we discussed on Sunday, that is in South China Sea where it was seized by China. So US now is saying that you can, Donald Trump actually is tweeting that you can keep the drone. So China said that we'll scrutinize and after that we can return it. So China was trying to not hype the incident and diffuse it, but then US controversial statements or statements coming forth from US are complicating the situation now. So this is being seen between the two countries now. Then the next news item is Venezuela. Amid unrest, riots and looting, Maduro delays demonetization. So Venezuela was the other country in which demonetization was undertaken, but now that decision has been delayed till January 2. So people can use the old currency till January 2. There will be no restriction on that because of the public protests. There were riots and looting in the country, but then the borders with Colombia and Brazil, the neighbors in South America, they will be closed. So this will ensure that the Venezuelan cash which is stacked abroad by the mafias, as they call them, who undertake this economic transactions across the border, taking over subsidized commodities from Venezuela in their countries and selling them there at high prices. So this Venezuelan cash hoarded abroad will not be allowed to enter into the country. The borders would be blocked, but the demonetization would be delayed. So this again in 100 Bolivar bill, which has been demonetized, it accounts for 77% of the cash in circulation in Venezuela. So Venezuela is a country with a very high inflation rate. It's the highest inflation rate in the world today. So it is 475%. So you can imagine the 100 Bolivar note is the largest denomination currency in Bolivia, and its value in dollar terms is 2 cents. So that's the status of the country presently. We have discussed this whole economic crisis of Venezuela too earlier, so I won't repeat it here. So it is also one of the countries with highest violent crime rates in the world. So now this issue has been delayed. So new currency is set to arrive from abroad. That was another reason that new currency has not arrived yet from abroad. So even the Venezuelan president Maduro says that it is international sabotage, because of which this demonetization has been delayed. The next news item is 1,000 crore fund planned for infra finance. So India's infrastructure sector investment requirements are quite high. It is more than 1.5 trillion which will be required in the coming 10 years for infrastructure financing. So to attract investment in this domain, the government has plans to initiate or establish a dedicated fund of 10,000 crore. So this fund will be used to provide credit enhancement for commercially viable projects. What is this credit enhancement? So there will be unconditional and irrevocable partial credit guarantee. So for those projects which satisfy certain conditions, enhanced credit rating, ratings as such. So these specific commercially viable projects will only be given this credit guarantee. So this credit guarantee can be adjusted for through this fund. So this means that it will become easier for investors, foreign investors especially, which are being targeted, pension and sovereign wealth funds. So these global insurance companies, all these should invest, make long-term investments in infrastructure projects, because the guarantee is being provided. That credit guarantee is provided through this funding. So this is the point. So this credit guarantee will result in enhancing the credit rating of the bonds, infrastructure bonds to issued by infrastructure firms. So this will be positive, attractive investment for investors also, and infrastructure companies will also benefit, and infrastructure in India will develop. So this will take place after RBI brings out comprehensive regulatory framework, that this credit enhancement will be provided to which companies. So that will all be finalized first. This credit fund, dedicated fund, would be an SPV categorized as NBFC, non-banking finance company for infrastructure finance. So this credit enhancement measures also reduce the interest rates. The interest rates cost for all the investment which will be done here, so that the infrastructure companies would have to pay lesser interest. So this interest rates may go down by 2%. So that is also a significant initiative. So this will help the infrastructure firms in repaying the loans. So this is the initiative which will be taken. These are plans put forth right now. So already we have National Investment in Infrastructure Fund. So this will also be a major contributor. So initially it will be 500 crores paid up capital, minimum paid up capital, which it will be started, and then gradually it would be pushed up to 10,000 crores. The next news item is Zika linked birth defects more severe than thought. So this is regarding Zika infections. Zika virus is infections take place due to the biting of Aedes mosquitoes. So that is the carrier of the Zika virus, and these incidents of microcephaly, which is seen in newborns of mothers, pregnant women who have been infected by the Zika virus. So these newborns are born with less than normal head size. So this is microcephaly. So they have impaired brain developments. So this is not the only disease which is caused due to Zika virus. There are other Zika linked birth defects too, more severe than thought, which are emerging after study which has been conducted. So Brazil is the country where this study was conducted, and these microcephaly cases are majorly seen in a part in Brazil as well. So this study shows that other defects like brain lesions, brain calcification, even lesions in the retina in the eye, deafness, feeding difficulties, other complications have also emerged. So they have made a study of with the pregnant women who were Zika infected. So this is regarding that. The next news item is NASA plans to search for Star Wars planets. This is the last news item. So Star Wars speaks of various exoplanets. So these are like arid, Tatooine, watery, Scarif, frozen, hot. So NASA scientists feel that such planets actually do exist as well. So even there is one planet called Tatooine. So this Tatooine is considered a hypothetical planet under this Star Wars movie series as such. So in this series, it's said that Tatooine is a planet on which there are two sunsets. So really there has been a planet found that is called Kepler 16b officially, which is a Saturn-sized planet about 200 light years away. So it's quite far away. It's planet in the Milky Way only. So this planet has two suns. So there are actually two sunsets. A person there would find two shadows of him too. So similar planet, even NASA has nicknamed it Tatooine based on the Star Wars planets. So such discoveries have been made. So this planet was discovered by NASA's Kepler Space Telescope. Even NASA is presently using its James Webb Space Telescope and this TESS satellite, Transiting Exoplanet Survey satellite, to determine what's in the atmosphere in the other planets. So probably there may be life on other planets too. Tatooine, there may be no life because it is too cold and gaseous to be home to life. So these are NASA researches to undertaken. So these are the news items for today. Thank you.